Hey, it's Jason with Lakes Region Epoxy, and today we're going to have a little bit of fun and talk about flake floor systems and how to choose the perfect flake for your space, whether it be your garage, basement, or maybe even your business. So, one of the things that we like to do is try to take away the challenges of choosing a flake floor system. And one of the biggest challenges that we find, especially with clients, is when you're meeting with a company, the samples that they show you, whether it's big boards or maybe 3x3 little squares, maybe it's a magazine, etc. They all do the same thing. It's all like looking at the floor being a few inches away from your nose. And that's one of the biggest challenges that we see because people get super fixated on the actual individual colors that they can see as opposed to the overall tone of the floor, what it would be. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that we're meeting with you in your home today and kind of take you through the same steps that I would take my own clients through, helping them choose the perfect color for them. So one of the things that I like to do before I even talk about color or start or pull color out is I like to use an analogy. And we're going to use the front of our shop here. So we're going to go out. This is a road. So I apologize for any cars going by or background noise that might occur. But as we go out, I usually tell my clients to envision looking at the asphalt in their own driveway. So here's what it looks like. So as we're looking down at the asphalt, you're going to see all the different colors of that make up the asphalt. In this case, there's some gray, some dark gray, some black, some white, silver, even some bronze and coppers. But as we pan away, that all melts together as a solid color. In this case, it's a light or medium gray. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the same process and we're going to actually look at some sample boards that we made for you and kind of take you through the same exact process. So as we're looking at these samples, the first couple of panning that we're going to do is going to be really up close. And this is what you're going to see in a sample. So as we're looking at these, this is just a nice gray color with some blue accent. This one here is a really nice, rich earth tone with some burnt copper, some chocolate colors, etc. This one here is made up of some light gray, dark gray, and tan. And this one has a lot more tan, different tones of it, with a little bit of almost a raspberry colored chocolate or a chocolatey color. So now as we pan away, I want you to pay attention to the actual colors that start to happen. They start to meld together as a whole. The one on the left becomes more of just a medium tan. The one next to that is more of a gray color. The dark, rich earth tone, you can really see the overall color in that. And then the larger board on the right is basically almost like a bluish gray color. So when you're looking at flake, try not to pay too much attention to individual colors of the chips, but try to take a couple of steps back and look at the overall tone of the color that you're looking at. Because adding a little bit more of this would change the overall tone. So if you added a little bit more black to a lighter gray, it would obviously become more of a medium or a darker gray. So that's usually step one. Step two is when we're looking at a space and trying to pick one for a particular client, we take everything into consideration, and you should too. If you're looking at your garage, you look at the exterior color of the home. You look at the color of the trim, the color of the garage doors, etc. And then we'll go inside and we'll do the same exact thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you what I would do with a client when we're looking at the interior space. And maybe you're early in the process and you don't exactly have that color up yet. As long as you have an idea of what you're thinking about using for colors in that space, we can kind of try to match something to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our own wall here in the shop, which I apologize because it's an unfinished sheetrock. But in this case, I think it works really nice because we do walk into a lot of garages that have this exact finish in their garage. But I used a specific sample board for the colors that we have here to kind of make this process a little bit easier. So as we're looking at this particular sample, and I use this one specifically because this specific sample has over 10 different color flakes that make up the overall color. So as we're looking at this, what I like to do next is I like to look at the overall space. So in this case, it's just a unfinished drywall. All right. But as we're going to zoom in a little bit. And the first thing I usually ask a client is if this is the wall color, and just for argument's sake, we're going to say this is just a painted sand or a tan color. Would this color go with the chip or the flake sample that we're looking at? And the example is yes, because a lot of these nice rich colors go really nicely with this color as well. Now we're going to kind of use this piece of wood as like kind of faux trim, what you might see as far as natural wood trim. And does this flake color go with this as well? And again, the answer is yes. And we're going to use the wall color. Maybe this could be trim. Maybe if this is the white floor, again, we'll ask the same things. Does the overall chip color go with the color of the wall? And again, yes, because of the white that's in the blend. So what happens is now you have all three of these colors, right? And you're looking at the actual floor. But what's really going to make this floor pop is that it ties all of the colors that are existing to the floor itself. Having so many different color flakes make up this particular blend also expands your palette so that if down the road you wanted to change the wall color in the garage, you could do so. You could go lighter, you could go white, you could go even to a little bit of gray, because this particular color even has a little bit of gray in it as well. So looking at overall, you want to choose something that's going to tie all of the colors in your space together and accent those. You know, some different examples if we did the same thing. These are a little bit smaller, but gives you the same tone. You know, you look at this color, does this go with this? And the answer is yes. It has the darker colors for the wood, and it would even match on a white surface because of the white. So I hope this makes it a little bit easier when it comes to choosing the flake color for your space. And if you have any questions, please ask them below. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And as always, if you have any topics that you want us to talk about, by all means, leave those below as well, and we'll see if we can't get those squeezed in to make some videos and answer those questions for you. So until next time, hope you have a great weekend and have a great day.